Hi, this is my first video on the Business Casual Yogi YouTube channel. I had a thought the other day about how I started yoga. So when I was a kid, I was growing up in Hong Kong. I was probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 years old, and I used to see my dad practicing yoga every morning. So without fail, no matter what he did the day before, the night before, no matter what his schedule was, he made it a point to get on his mat and do his yoga practice every day. And it wasn't that my dad was a yogi necessarily. He was in it for more vain reasons. He just wanted to look good and look young. He was very proud of how young he looked for most of his life. And he felt yoga was the secret to that. But I was very interested, just had a natural curiosity and wanted to learn myself. And so I went to my dad and I said, Dad, can you teach me yoga? Since you do it every day and you obviously learned in India, can you teach me yoga? I'd like to learn. And he looked at me and he said, Son, yoga is not something to be trivially learned. It's something that requires the right type of teacher, the right type of instruction. And it's not something you just learn on a whim. So he said, son, I'm not qualified to teach you. I have my practice, I do what I do, but I'm not really qualified to teach you. You must learn yoga from the right teacher, from the right person. And so I had to wait quite patiently because he didn't deem any of the teachers that were nearby the right teacher. And so it was many years later in my life when I graduated from college, I was in my 20s, and I traveled to India and I traveled to Rishikesh, the center of yoga and learning, and found myself at the Yoga Niketan ashram, and this smiling, brilliant man walked into the room to teach yoga, and this was Yogi Rishi Vishwaketu, who's now been my dear friend and yoga teacher for the last 20 years. So eventually I did find that right yoga teacher and learned yoga the right way. And I encourage that, as you begin the yoga journey, make sure you find the right teacher. It's a technology and a system that isn't to be used in a lighthearted way. It's a very serious discipline of self-transformation. And as you use these techniques and technologies without the right guidance, you can hurt yourself, as people have, both physically and mentally and emotionally. So under the right guidance and the right tutelage and the right training, you can learn yoga and have it become a very powerful tool for your physical transformation, as well as your emotional, mental transformation, and of course your spiritual transformation.